I've got the Lorac and Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales eyeshadow palette, and then the cheek palette, and then I got a lip duo as well to share with you guys today. I did do a demo with the products and the look that's on my face, which will be towards the end of the video if you're interested in seeing kind of how these products worked for me. I really live for collaborations like this. It just makes makeup fun, and the packaging is fun, and it's like a fun collection. It gets me excited for makeup like all over again when collections like this come out. I ordered these products off of the Lorac website, and when I ordered it, it came with a free kind of a brush that goes with the theme of things. It's a double-ended kind of flat shader and then a blender on one end. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the cheek palette. The packaging is really cute. I like skulls and stuff like that, so I don't mind that the box looks like this. I would never mind it if they also put it on the packaging. But the actual packaging with the products in it is cute in itself as well, so if you don't like skulls and stuff like that, this kind of appeals to both, I think. It is a cardboard packaging with a magnetic closure, and then you do have a mirror inside that flips all the way around, and you have got your 6 products. Each one of these is 0.09 ounces per shade, which I think is a decent amount of product all in one. You've got 2 matte shades, which are the Lost Soul and the Caribbean. These two right here. I actually used this shade, which kind of leans like a blushy tone. I used it as a bronzer. It was reminding me of the Bobbi Brown Telluride bronzer that I really love. It's a little bit more on the rosy side than Telluride, but it gave me a really sunburnt look, which I do enjoy that. I have Fortune, Caribbean, Lost Soul, and I've got Bold Spirit on for blush, and then a little bit of contour on this guy. So I used 4 products out of here. These powder products are really smooth and really soft, and they look really pretty on the skin. I like how all of the face products turned out when I used them on my face. This here palette comes with a little sleeve. Normally I toss these. I might actually keep that. I like the attention to detail that they actually took the time to put a print on the sleeve, so that when you put it over the powders like this, you could see that there's different phases of the moon over the top, which I think is a nice touch. The mirror does have a quote on here, and it says, chart something for the stars. I'm not sure what that other word says. I thought it said chart a cover. I can't read it. Anyway, I'm sure somebody in the comments down below will let me know what that actually says. But I'm going to zoom up close and give you guys some swatches of the products in here, and also the packaging, because it's really cute. This is the outside packaging, or the box that it comes in. You want to take a gander at that. And then here is the actual palette. It's got a texture to it, like a embossing on the cardboard. And then this is the back. And then here is the inside. I just like the whole galaxy type of a theme. So these are your 2 mattes, and then these are all shimmers right here. They're so soft, so finely milled and soft powders. I really enjoyed using these. Gosh, I need to wash that eyeliner off of my hand. They're really pretty. And then these bottom 3 shades here. Again, just to make note, these are the 2 matte shades in the palette. So that's the shade that I used as a blush. That's the one I used as a bronzer, and I put a little bit of this guy in the very back of my cheekbones, kind of as a contour. It wasn't a very strong contour. This was actually, you know, stronger because it's darker than this one, but they all buffed in and blended really well. Nice pigmentation to them, super smooth texture. It's a really nice little palette. And then for the eyeshadow palette, there are 16 shades in here that are 0.02 ounces a piece. So typical of your Lorac Pro palettes, that smaller pan size. Typically, I don't have the best of luck with Lorac matte eyeshadows. Their shimmers can be really, really beautiful. But the texture on kind of all of the shades, including the shimmers, a little bit thinner. And they're a little bit dustier. Today when I used them, I wasn't quite sure just how well those mattes were going to blend for me, but I did use them from the crease, kind of a slight cut crease and on upwards. I used the mattes, and they did blend for me, and they built, because I did take a warmer shade over the top of some of the others to warm it up just a little bit in there, and it didn't like powder off or like not stick. So I was happy about that. This palette does come with a little eyeliner. It's just a little mini black eyeliner. I have that on my waterline today. It's been staying so far so good. It hasn't migrated into the inner corners, but I've only had this on for like maybe 2 hours. So we shall see. Hopefully it lasts a good amount of time. Onto the actual eyeshadow palette. This is also a cardboard packaging. It's got a pretty graphic on it. Again, I live for collections like this. And then on the side it says Uncharted Brilliance on there, and there's a little door that pops open right here, and this is where you can house the blush palette. So it goes right in that little slot, which I think is awesome. That's why the palette is a little bit thicker, because that blush palette fits in there, and I think it's a nice, it houses the products like all in one spot, I guess. I think it's a nice little attention to detail anyway. And I'm just going to go ahead and leave it in that little slot for now. And opening it up, it does have a magnetic closure, and then your eyeliner was in that bottom slot. You do have a mirror that slightly props itself open, but it doesn't flip all the way backwards. And then here are your eyeshadows. It has that galaxy theme again in there, but I'm going to go ahead and zoom up close, give you guys swatches, and kind of show you which ones are the matte shades. And then here is your packaging again. This side right here says guided by the stars, which is also cute. And then you got your little door. So let's open her on up here, and then here are your shades. I'm going to go ahead and point out the matte eyeshadows. You've got Bones, Tell No Tales, Mighty, Pirate's Chest, Menace, and Silent Mary. Those are the ones that are matte in the palette, and then all the rest of them have shimmer to them. And then you've got the shade Cursed, which is it's a deep matte with those gold micro glitters infused in it. So in order usually for the glitters to stick for me in shades like that, I do have to use a really sticky base and pack it on. Otherwise they usually just blend off and it would end up being a matte eyeshadow for me. It's one of those deals. It's not the easiest palette to hold up. We'll do these light shades. This shade Métis is like a eggshell white. So those are the first three. And then the next three. Oh, that blue is really pretty. And then the next row. This mint green really looks pretty as well. I was almost going to go with that one, but I was going to go with a cooler purple tone, and it actually turned out more gray purple than I had anticipated because I wanted to use a Stila purple glitter over the top, but I ended up using a silver. And second to the last row. This one is going to be like blue-brown pigment, or that, is it blue-brown from MAC? Or Club? I had to set the palette down because it was really hard to hold up with this. And then this last row. The Lorac eyeshadow formula isn't my favorite eyeshadow formula, but I was happy that I did not have a ton of like patchiness or problems when I was blending out those matte shades. They are that really soft, finely milled, thin texture, so when you put your brush in them, you do kind of get a kick up of powder. However, I do tap my brush off, which is typical anytime that I'm doing my eyeshadow, but I didn't get a ton of fallout either with these. I think this is a really fun collection. I think the face products are really beautiful. The shadows are good. They're good. They're not bad. I wasn't like frustrated when I was blending them out or anything like that. But if you're into, fun collaborations and, collecting makeup stuff like this, I think that you'll really enjoy this collection. When I was using it, I really enjoyed it. And I just thought of something. I almost forgot to show you the lip product that I purchase, which is on my lips. These are lip duos, and the shade I got is in Risk It All. This is the box packaging, and it's got Pirates of the Caribbean on there, and then you've got your lipstick on one end and then a glittery type of a gloss on the other side. The lipstick is kind of your alter ego formula. It feels really nice. I've got this combination on my lips today with a Lorac lip liner, but let me swatch it. It's a warm, well, peachy nude. Let's go with that. So there's the lipstick shade, and then there's a doe foot applicator on the other end with the gloss. So I'll put it over here for on its own. And then if you want to see what it looks like layered, I have it in the center of my lips right here. The gloss does have glitters in it. I can slightly feel them. It's not like super gritty or anything, but just a tiny bit. I can feel them. And then there's a doe foot applicator, and there is a little mirror right here so that you can see what you're doing if you want to take it on the go. I haven't peeled off the sticker yet, but so that's the duo in Risk It All. I think there's 4 different duos, 3 or 4 different duos, but I do like the one that I got. I got the nude shade, go figure. Hopefully you guys found that helpful. Now if you're interested in seeing kind of how those products performed and how they went on for me, you can hang tight and we'll get into it right now. On a Goss number 10 brush, I'm going to go into the shade Fortune and use that guy as my highlighter. The tops of the cheekbone. Oh, that's pretty. That is really pretty. I like to put some right here above my brow. Hopefully this shade Caribbean, it's a matte, but it kind of reminds me of the Bobbi Brown bronzer that I really like, the Telluride. So I'm going to go ahead and try that for a bronzer on a MAC 125 SE brush. And I'm just going to kind of bronze contour up my face. That actually looks a lot like that Bobbi Brown Telluride. Maybe a little bit more rosy. And even more sunburnt looking. I will be further buffing that out, so no fear. I'm going to dip into a little bit of Lost Soul and see if that kind of contours the back just a little bit. Just a teeny bit. I'm going to see what this Bold Spirit looks like kind of as a blush. It's more of a highlight type shade, but I know it's going to be too dark for the top of my cheekbones, but maybe it'll look okay as a blush. Yeah, it does. Then I'm going to go back over and blend this top portion. I didn't pick up any more product, but then on a Chikuhodo MK1 brush, I'm going to go into the Guerlain Meteorite Pearls. I use the shade Too Clair. I'm going to buff these all over the face. It'll just tone down everything. Then I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes using the Lily Lolo eyeshadow primer duo. I'm going to go back and forth between the 2 shades, the yellow and the more neutral. Dipping into the eyeshadow palette, I'm going to go into the shade Silver Mist, which is kind of a grayish with a slight hint of purple in it. It's kind of a unique color. I'm going to put that, I'm going to go above the crease. And put that right there. Using that same Goss 18, I'm going to go into the shade Shiver Me, which is also a shimmer shade, and put that right here. I'm going to use mattes from I think here on out to see how it goes. I'm going to go into the Tell No Tales shade, which is like it's like a burgundy purple brown. I'm going to use it on a Chikuhodo GSN 9 brush. And I'm going to blend it into that silver on the lid. And then, as per usual, some people are like, want me to switch up my eye makeup and stuff, but I'm doing this for the demo so you guys can see how they apply. One day I don't know, maybe when my eyelids fall even further, I'll have a different method. I don't know. But anyway, this is blending nicely into that silver shade. But that's when I grab another matte. I hope it goes well. I'm going to use this Ray Morris 11.5 Eye All-Arounder brush, which these are okay brushes. I'm not nuts about them, but I'm going to go into the shade Silent Mary, which is, it's like a, well, it's a gray. And I'm going to start blending out that purple. It's a matte as well. That wasn't so bad. Then on this fluffy brush here from Sephora, I'm going to go into the shade Matey. It's like a off-tone or like an eggshell white matte color. Put this underneath the brow. This is like turning out to be a pretty cool, like cool toned eyeshadow look. I'm going to warm it up just a little bit and go into this shade Bones, which is also a matte shade. It's like a cool tone brown, but I'm going to put a little bit of that through here. Break up a little bit of that iciness. The eyeshadow is actually blended pretty decent. You're probably getting some glare off of my lights, but I have just a minimal amount of fallout. I'm just going to brush that off. Now, because I just have to, I'm going to take this Stila Diamond Dust. This is one of their Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadows. And I'm going to go over that lid shade. I just feel like it's calling for it. And then take my finger and blend it in better. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my eye makeup, and I'll be right back to put on some lips for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and line my lips with the Lorac Alter Ego Lip Liner in the shade Duchess. And then the lip duo that I got is in the shade Risk It All. I'm going to go ahead and use the lipstick shade here and fill in my lips with that. And there's the overall finished look using the products I purchased from the Lorac and Pirates of the Caribbean collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.